How was your weekend?
Long, man.
Same.
Long, but also very short at the same time.
I just painted the entire weekend.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than painting. But it's like the one thing or the least likely thing. I put it on my Instagram, like the least likely thing I'll pay for is paint.
Yeah.
Because it's like trivial. Like it's you just sit
no,
there.
I definitely think that I'm probably gonna do my own painting.
Yeah, it's hard not to, especially when there's a million other things to pay for. This is just the. Also, went tea today, even though it's coffee talk. We can work in tea.
I respect it. I mean, I like tea also. I have no issues with it, but as you can see, I'm gonna drink my coffee out of my coffee mug. Out of my coffee out of my coffee talk coffee mug.
And speaking of Attack, this episode is again brought to you by Attack. Attack is the main sponsor of the show. They're more than just Manscaped and the other companies that we're grateful for and involved with, but Attack is even more. So Attack is a new sophisticated training app for wrestlers and other high-level athletes that is launching soon. It's an app and a game where you can score points based on your workouts and compete on leaderboards to see who truly works the hardest. It's the newest product to the wrestling market, built by wrestlers with a unique technique portal, which could very well change the game and the way technique is bought and consumed. I think it's very interesting watching how it's going to roll out. I cannot wait. I believe we're going to give away beta codes on the podcast. So like the first week or two, it's going to be invite only as the beta rolls out, and we're going to give out some codes. So start following Attack on social. I think they're at attack.app. And if you do want access, let us know, and we're going to get some people early access to the app. Super, super excited. It's hard because I don't want to give anything away before they announce it and launch it, but I do want to mention that they sponsor the show, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Am I. I know. We have a lot of big stuff coming, so
a lot of big stuff.
It's just a matter of time, really.
And I actually slept like a baby last night, which is why I'm drinking the Bengal Spice. I was up at after painting all weekend. I was out cold early, and I woke up early because that's what I do. I had a couple shots of espresso, so I don't want to double up more coffee yet. So went with the Bengal Spice. I'm a big tea guy at the right times.
Yeah. I'm not a tea to replace my coffee. I can't do that. I'm not quite there yet.
No, this is a supplement.
But it's a good supplement.
Yeah. Like I'll have coffee,
right?
Wine.
Yeah, same.
Which coffee are you drinking now?
I'm drinking the Kona blend.
How is it?
You sent it. Oh, it's super good. It's definitely one of my favorites.
I love coffee. I love to own a coffee shop. I love it. And I never knew about Hawaiian beans until when I was telling my wife what beans you wanted. She's like, they have Hawaiian ones? I'm like, I don't know. Is that a big deal?
Yeah,
so I went there. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, I got to get these.
Right.
Are they worth the higher cost? Like the one bag was like 12, the other one 27, and that one was like 40 or something.
So I don't know about all that, if it's worth it like to that extent, but I would say this one, the cheap one that you sent me, or cheaper one that you sent me, was a Colombian res. And I think this is significantly better, but maybe not for that price though.
But I never realized there were levels to coffee beans, which I guess there obviously is. And with wine,
there's levels to everything, man.
Yeah, like with wine, I get it. Like a $20 bottle or a $40 bottle, I can definitely spot the difference. With coffee, I never tried.
Nah, wine, you could give me grape juice. I don't know what I'm drinking.
Yeah, but that takes a lot of bottles of wine over time.
The Italian in me would be very upset about that also.
About the what?
About how I can't tell the difference in wine, but we just had a very Italian episode, so we don't need to.
We'll get you there, though. There's still time. To get into that. It's still early. Once you come up here, maybe either in the summer for the Bills Steelers game, we'll have some wine, and I'll give you a couple different price points. You'll be able to taste it. It's just never been laid out.
That's fair. So, I just need some guidance. Sammy, what's up, dude?
What's up, I'm on? I didn't know we were on here. My bad.
Oh no, we're on.
We're on. We're rolling. And by the way, speaking of needing guidance, Eric Siebert, who is head coach of Carl Sandburg, He's the one who guided me through the red wine beginnings. So
Hey,
everybody needs guidance. So we've got a lot to talk about today. First, we're going to talk to Sammy for a few minutes because it's good timing of the episode. And we were talking, there was a lot of speculation after Big 10's because everybody was super excited for you. And then all of a sudden it was Sammy Alvarez isn't in the lineup. And there was nothing said. And of course, wrestling Twitter, which you don't go on Twitter too much, and I can't say I blame you with how vicious Twitter is, but we never really got an explanation. So I guess let's start there, and we'll kind of branch off into other things.
Yeah, for sure. I don't really want to ramble or kind of, get into that talk, but I don't know. I felt as if the last season there was a lot going on, like my weight. It is what it is. It's just a variable in wrestling, and I feel like I've heard you say recently, wrestling it's just a big opportunistic sport. You got to be healthy at the right time. You got to have your weight right at the right time. Everything has to kind of, fall in place to some degree. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I just felt as if the last season I kind of lost that purpose, over time when COVID was going on and whatnot, and there was just a lot of uncertainty, and it kind of lost that drive to compete. And I kind of lost that drive and to some degree, and I feel as if that kind of just the weight cut became a stretch, and I was about like 25 over that Monday.
Whoa!
I think I was pushing it for sure. But shit, man. You know how
that
goes.
rivals some of Cenzo's best weight cutting stories. 25 over on Monday.
those are always fun. So, and yeah, man, like I understand where you're coming from too, because especially when you don't have anything you're exactly training for over a long period of time, it's so hard to just stay focused and stay driven all the time. So like I can definitely see where that can happen, man. And there's really not much you can do about it once it gets to that point,
No, it's definitely one of those things, honestly. It is what it is, but yeah, I just wanted to touch up on that just because you guys know in Jersey people are extreme out here, so they'll start throwing anything out there.
I want to say Rutgers put out the tweet that you weren't wrestling, and within 5 minutes I saw it was because of weed, it was because of COVID-19, it was because of weight. Like the things just went on, and somebody by virtue was just going to be right because people were guessing everything.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of wanted to talk about morely what Rutgers wrestling has in store coming up.
Oh, all right.
I want to hear it.
We can get down. We can get down with that.
We got Nick Ramo, who he's committed a few weeks ago. I saw him out. He's on campus, so that's good. We got Miles Martin coming in.
That's huge.
That's big. That's huge. That's gonna be big for the program. I think we got someone else coming in that I can't really touch upon just because I don't think.
Oh, come on! You can't do that to
I
us.
don't know. I might have to keep that one close.
Is it an RTC athlete?
Yes.
Is it Nick Suriano?
No,
it's not.
The world's most interesting man.
It's not Nick Suriano. All right, cool.
No, the world's most interesting.
Is it Scarlet Knights just got a new head coach, right? Not too.
Yeah, it's John Leonardis.
Yeah.
I think he's been an assistant since like 04 or 06 or something like that. Not too sure.
All right, so with you, I mean, with your season obviously not ending the way you wanted to or anything like that, what's like your next step moving forward, really?
Right now, I think I'm going to start training for the Junior World Team Trials in Iowa at the end of this month. But I'm not positive I'm going yet. I got to see where I'm at just because I just got out of quarantine. I just got COVID for the first time about a week ago or so. So
another one bites the dust.
Yeah, man. So I got to, go through all the tests and wait to get back. So plus we're not priority right now. So you know how that is.
Right.
Yeah, that's not fun. Did you you lost your taste and everything?
No, I was fine. I was completely normal. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. Just kind of stuck in my apartment at school. But
Because
wasn't bad.
my wife got it back in the summer, and she still every now and then her taste buds come in and out. That's my big fear with COVID, because I think the rest of it I can handle. Like, give me the flu for a week, it's not the end of the world. But the taste thing for me, like, oh man, can't taste coffee, can't taste wine.
So my buddy just texted me this morning. Actually, this is has to do with COVID. He said, "Taste and smell is back today, but coffee tastes disgusting to me. This is a travesty." I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. I'm like, that sucks, dude. Like, I'm sure it'll come back around for you, but losing that taste for coffee, that just has to be so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to if I ever get it and lose my taste. But Sam, another thing I wanted to ask you about, you originally committed to North Carolina State and then went to Rutgers.
Yeah.
What went into all that?
Yeah, interesting you bring that up because I don't really get to talk about it much, but yeah, every time I wrestle, it's always something that the announcers always announce. It's like formerly of NC State. It's always like kind of in my baggage, but yeah. So I was junior in high school. Pat Popolizio reached out. I was one of probably the first coaches that reached out at the time. I ended up committing after my first visit. I think it was like September or it was October. I'm not positive, but it was definitely early in my junior year. And I ended up committing, built like a 2-year long relationship with those coaches. Things were pretty cool. It was like, I was kind of excited to go to the South and kind of see what that Southern discomfort was like, or, that lifestyle out there. But once I got out there, I don't know, I just felt as if I'm a Jersey guy, and some things that
You can't take the
I'm
jersey out of you.
Yeah, some things that I'm accustomed to doing is not permitted out there. So I'll leave it at that, for lack of better words.
I need more information on that. Can you?
So I go out there. I think it was about a week. It was like 8, 9 nights, 10 nights, 11 nights, something like that. I go out there in the summer. I wasn't really too happy with the decision. It was just one of those things, like your whole life is founded on college. It's like kind of like that foundation in a sense. And I don't know, I was out there and I was like, dude, like, I'm a Jersey guy. I got to stick to my roots to some degree here and figure it out. Not much really went into my decision on committing besides going to college and, getting a scholarship and all that stuff. And at that age, that's a lot of jazz, and, it's exciting. But once I got there and I realized what I got myself into, and I was 8 hours away from home and everyone's saying y'all, and, it's a big culture shock too. So,
yeah, I mean, I will say, I think y'all's kind of interesting because it makes talking easier, because you're just blending words together. And once you start saying it, it's kind of hard to stop.
True. That's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The story's not too, I can't say too much to criminate myself here, but yeah, it definitely wasn't my cup of tea out there. I'll definitely say that.
So now at Rutgers, and there is a lot going on. What's the plan for you for next year weight wise? You think you're gonna go 49 then?
41.
Or 40? Yeah, you were what, 33 last year, 41, yeah.
Dude, you were a big 133 pounder. I remember watching you wrestle Roman, and I was like, "Ooh," I was like, "This boy has a lot of length."
Yeah, I'm definitely a little frail for the weight, but I got the length for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I got the length. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 41 next year, and I think Seabass is gonna be looking to go 33. I don't want to say too much on that, for obvious reasons, but yeah, I think he's looking to go down to 33, and I'm looking to go 41. We'll see what happens. We just got Ramo, Soriano. No one knows what he's doing, so whenever he decides what he's gonna do, we'll figure it out. But I don't know. As of right now, I would probably say 41 would be the best spot for me moving forward.
Seabass is going too. I was texting with him. He's going 65 kilos now for the Olympics instead of 57. Yeah. So he's going to have to go to Bulgaria and compete May 6th. Him and Jordan could end up wrestling.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that.
Like in the sometime in the tournament, and only one could potentially qualify. Could be an interesting scenario there.
Mm-hmm.
But he just said he's going 65. Big sea bass. But yeah, a lot going on at Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights program, I'm interested to see who this other athlete is. Miles Martin coming there, I thought was big. A lot of people leaving Ohio State lately. I saw Travell just went to Nebraska, take over that head coach job at the Nebraska RTC. Miles Martin came down to Jersey. I want to know who's the other RTC athlete. Do you know when they're going to announce it?
Probably in the next month, I would assume, because our old assistant's new job just got announced about a couple of days ago. So I would assume that his replacement will be coming in the next month or so. But
this is for sure.
Jersey guy, I'll say that it's a Jersey guy.
All right.
Is it a Jersey guy coming back to Jersey, or a Jersey guy who's not leaving?
Jersey is staying in Jersey, but
all right,
that's probably all I can say about it.
All right, that's fair.
All right, well, we can do the math and maybe figure it out at a later time.
Actually, can somebody listening do the math? Just like DM us if you don't want to tweet it.
Me and Justin, we're not great at math, so do the math.
Yeah, so
figure it out for us. Let us know.
I want to ask you guys about that podcast with AJ Ferrari for a moment, because I was listening to it when he was talking about having that flex off. What was the results? Because I didn't get to see the results. I had to get off
with him and Kassar.
Oh, Kassar bailed.
Kassar, yeah.
Kassar bailed.
Kassar bailed because he's not in peak shape. AJ gave us a flex, so he was the winner. He
won by default for sure.
Yeah, wasn't even a contest.
Yeah, he didn't compete against anybody, just himself. I feel like he competes against himself in a flex off on most days.
Yeah,
probably, but yeah, no, it was good. I think Kassar could have gave him a run for his money if he was invested, but he bailed.
That's some great. If you didn't listen to that episode, there's some great like strength training talk at the end of the episode. Them going back and forth about genetics and wingspan. Pretty interesting. So if you haven't listened to that episode, go listen to that. We do have a bunch more to talk about real quick with Sammy. Sammy, any final words for us? Start the week
not
off.
Really. I mean, no, I won't take too much of your time. That was pretty simple guy. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I mean, I'm always watching your podcast.
Thank you.
Always interested. Always some good content early in the morning.
Appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, last thing, and then we'll let you go. Freestyle or folk style?
I'm a folk style guy. I can't wrestle freestyle.
You can. You just haven't done it enough.
I can. You're right. It is mental.
Just haven't done it enough.
Mental, but I don't know. I'd rather just someone get to my legs and I'll figure it out and roll across my back a few times. Yeah.
That's always a good strategy.
Fair. Yeah.
All right, boys.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And that was Sammy. Real quick, before the next segment, let's talk about our next sponsor for a minute. Guys, flowers are blooming. The grass is growing. It's time to chop those weeds. Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. You can trim your something safely. You can trim something safely and efficiently. I'm talking about the below the belt trimmers. I think this ad read got botched. Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below the waist grooming, have an exclusive offer for wrestlers, many of which are overdue for some spring cleaning. Use code Cenzo, 20% off and free shipping. Join the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. Manscaped.com. And this is the thing everybody needs to go get today. Did you get your weed whacker yet?
I have not. No, mine's not in yet.
So this weed whacker is amazing. It's a premium nose and ear hair trimmer. 9,000 RPM motor powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. Manscaped is making whacking your weeds a time to look forward to, delivering maximum confidence while providing hygiene.
I feel like we should just get Manscaped to send us a bunch of ads to read for these episodes, because that's just like, it's one of my favorite parts every time.
I think they're going to send some new ones, but in the meantime, guys, go. Everybody needs one of these in their bathroom, a nose and ear trimmer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what you're doing if you don't have one. And it's only like $30, plus you get 20% off, plus you get free shipping.
Yeah, with promo code Cenzo, CENZO.
Yeah,
Cenzo.
Cenzo.
If you want to pronounce it like that, but you use the code, go right ahead.
Right. Fair.
As long as you use the code. Yeah.
Use that code for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring another episode. Guys, support the companies who are supporting wrestlers. Don't go buy another brand that doesn't support wrestling. That just doesn't make sense.
Because that's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting weekend. Like nothing breaking huge news, but a lot of little things that I want to talk about.
We know more about Sammy Alvarez now.
We do know more about Sammy Alvarez. I can't believe it's 25 over on a Monday. Where is that? Like, am I thinking that's more than it is?
I mean, that's a substantial amount, especially.
Like, how over are you on a Monday before Big 10's?
Probably not 25, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to go into that, but probably more than I should have been.
Yeah,
times. Yeah.
I'm sure most people will agree with that statement. I'm just curious at how high that is.
Yeah, maybe like 15, 20. I don't know, but like 65 pounders a little different.
That's true. So I'm also curious. I'm sure somebody's going to DM us and tell us who is going to the Scarlet Knights Club. But
yeah.
So a couple things over the weekend. 2 nights ago, I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's because of something political or something that happened. But Chamizo tweets out America with a face plant or a head, whatever this emoji is. And I was like, I don't know. When my patriotism is high, I just let it fly. So I instantly saw the tweet, and it was an instant quote tweet of "Then stop training here, clown." And it's like, I think Chamizo's a very good wrestler. There's no doubt about it. But you're from Cuba. You got suspended for 2 years, and then you go to Italy. And then I believe he was married at the time, and it was his wife who was the reason he went to Italy. Now he's training in America, still competing for Italy. First of all, I didn't really understand the blanket statement or the blanket like critique of America. Like if you wanted to say something, more than welcome to. I didn't understand the blanket, just America. Like, dude, you don't have to train here.
I don't know what it was about, so I honestly have limited to say about it because I don't really know what it was about. And
I almost wish I knew what it was about, so at least there's some context. I feel like that was part of like why it frustrated people, like just critiquing with no comment. Like if you have a critique, there's plenty of critiques in this country for sure. But yeah, my patriotism was just at an all-time high, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that too. We were at the Olympic trials, and they were playing the national anthem before, and there were people like that were still warming up and stuff. And that kind of bugged me a little bit, but that, I mean, that's a little different, but
yeah, I think
that was my patriotism at a high.
Maybe we should start a new segment called Patriotism at a High. Can you
why I love America?
Can you tweet us the last time your patriotism either got the best of you or surfaced or something? Like
my damn patriotism just took over.
So that was interesting. I don't know why that happened, but come on, Chamizo, like you don't have to train here if you hate the country. And I'm not saying he hates the country.
That's very true. Yeah, if he does.
And I'm not saying he hates the country, but the blanket critique, like, dude, don't hate on the country where you train. Like, if I went to go train in Italy, and I'm just randomly like, one day Italy,
Italy,
and some Italians are like, dude, you don't have to be here. I'd be like, you're right. Yeah, they're like, you don't have to be here.
Yeah. You don't have to be here. Yeah.
So that was Chamizo. On the opposite end of that, I saw Bexot and NWC qualified for another Olympics. He's a stud.
He is. That's our dog. He's the boy.
He's been in America for a long time, right? Because I know he went to Clarion for college. Did he come here just before college?
You'd have to ask somebody else about all that. I don't know for sure, but he's been here for a while. In and out of the club a lot too. I don't know. He's one of my favorite training partners. So
Gomez is funny too. Speaking of international,
Gomez is awesome. Gomez is the man.
One of the times I was there, I think I was in the locker room after, and he like played a prank on someone, and that was like my first like interaction with him at all. So I'm like, I didn't see that coming. I like this Gomez.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude. he was down in Texas with all of us too for that entire time we were there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there just working out with the guys.
You might as well. If all your teammates are there, why not?
Yeah, might as well just bring one more person.
Speaking of people traveling and moving around, Gabe and Max Dean, they're out of Cornell.
And yeah, and I wish them the absolute best too. I don't know what the situation is. I would like to know. I mean,
yeah,
I'm just curious.
I told Gabe to come on the podcast and talk about it and bring Max too. So I'm sure they'll both be on in a couple weeks. I'd love for them to announce on the podcast, but if you can, you should use your own platform to make announcements without a doubt.
But if you want, you could also use our platform.
Correct. Yeah. We would not hate that.
No.
So Rob Cole said in an article it was because Max is scared that the Ivy League is going to cancel the season and he doesn't want to lose another year of eligibility. So, but Gabe also tweeted like the truth will come out or something.
Yeah, so that doesn't sound like the truth will come out type of tweet.
Right.
Or the truth coming out like storyline. So
right.
I don't know.
I'm very interesting. I know they're going to announce it soon. I know there's a lot of rumors swirling around them going to Michigan. I don't know if that's true or not. I told Gabe, come on the podcast as soon as you guys make it official and deal with everything. So happy to have both of them on. It definitely, we keep going back to timing and health, and like even timing, like Cornell's lineup next year was stacked top to bottom. And now that's one guy.
Not having Max Dean hurts that too, for sure.
Yeah. Like that was and those guys are like family. So I'm interested to hear what happened. I know Gabe said, there's nothing negative, there's nothing bad, but it obviously wasn't just Max not wanting to miss a season. Allegedly. I don't know. We'll wait for Gabe
allegedly.
And Max
to
come on and talk about it. More move news or potential move news. Illinois coaching job opened up. Jim Heffernan stepped down. I think he's retiring after like 29 years or something like that.
Dang.
So it looks like the front runners are Tony Ramos, Mike Poeta, and I heard Mark Branch. I want Izzy. I love Izzy.
Yeah. I don't know if Izzy wants that though.
He doesn't want it.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Right.
I texted him about it. He doesn't want that job. I mean, he was at Montini Catholic for a while.
Right.
And I don't even think that was fully his cup of tea. I think he loves training at Izzy style, running his own program and doing his own thing. But Izzy on the college level would be so fun.
It'd be different, yeah. He's a different style than a lot of those guys, but I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, especially with like Ramos in the mix and stuff. He's doing pretty well down in North Carolina.
And right? I think Ramos is going to have a lot of support. I mean, he's from that area, so he'd be going back home. I know he's going to have people like Izzy that are vouching for him and pushing for him. I think you're going to have a lot of alumni pushing for him. So it's going to be interesting. They're definitely doing a lot of things down there at UNC. They just got their first national champ. Not the school, but those coaches specifically.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
I assume it's not going to be too long till they make a decision.
No, like they can't wait super long either because college wrestling is a year-long process. You don't get a ton of time off.
Yeah, and I imagine right now is big time for recruiting and everything else.
Yeah, I would think so also. And like just you need to have a guy in that position if you want guys to look at your skull even a little bit. So
and it'll be interesting if Tony goes because I don't know how many recruits are like under Tony's wings kind of at UNC. It's always going to be it's interesting when something like that happens where it could be like it kind of happened with Cal where people decommitted to Iowa State to go to Penn State. Obviously a little bit different of a situation. Cal, the head coach, and
Yeah, I mean, like that stuff definitely does happen, and like just like that affects potential recruits also, guys that we're looking at UNC because of Tony Ramos, and then he leaves, they go somewhere completely different. Just thinks something like that.
And Tony might not. Tony might stay at UNC.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that's just.
I know people listen to this sometimes and they like take one thought and run. We're not saying Tony's going to Illinois. We're just saying he's definitely one of the.
But that's my guess for the job, though.
You think so?
That's
Now,
my
isn't
guess.
Poeta the?
Yeah.
You think they'd bring in Tony before they promoted him?
I think they can. I don't know. I'm not saying that's the right decision or wrong decision or anything. That's just my guess. If I was the person put in charge of hiring head coach there, I have no idea what I would do.
If I was the AD, I'd reach out to Casey Cunningham and say, "Do you want a head coach position?" That's what I would do.
I wouldn't do that.
I would just. Casey would make an incredible head coach. I never want him to leave Penn State. I want him to stay at Penn State so long. I think Cal, with his coaching career, will retire earlier than people think he could still coach for, much like he did athletically. And at that point, I could see Casey taking over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and play the speculation game with my coaches. So I don't know. I like where they are right now. If they stay put, that's good for me.
I would love both of them to stay where they are.
Yeah.
That's just more so the fan in me talking about coaching. But yeah, no Penn State coaching speculation here. Although Cal and I were texting over the weekend about his chickens. I didn't know that. Listen, I didn't know that guinea birds, whatever they are, they're good for ticks. And I think I'm going to get some now because I don't want ticks.
Go for
dogs.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I'm going to need like 3 or 4 guineas, some ducks, some chickens. So, but guys, that's it for today. Short episode. Wanted to have Sammy on briefly, talk about a few weekend topics. We've been cranking out
drink
these
episodes, coffee.
So just drink.
Don't forget to hit us up with some of your acts of patriotism too. We can always, get on that.
Yeah, and we don't tout it too much, but if there's listener questions, DM and email us because I wouldn't mind starting to do some segments where we answer listener questions.
100%.
So DM us, DM Baschamania maybe so that it's easiest to monitor. Tweet or DM Baschamania or email, I think info@baschamania.com if you want to email your questions. And next episode we'll answer some questions.
Yeah.
But that's it for today.
I'm all good with that.
Go subscribe. Go buy some Coffee Talk mugs. Buy a t-shirt. That's it. That's episode 112. Yeah, go to promo code. What's the promo code?
Promo code Cenzo, Cenzo.
And the beat goes on.